Good afternoon, denture peeps. I thought I would take the time to just give you some reminders of some good advice and some good coping skills with the immediate denture process. I've been getting a lot of messages in my personal message folder of people struggling and going through this daunting process. So I want to kind of explain to you some normal things that a lot of these messages are describing that are normal. They're not comfortable and they do need to be addressed by the provider, but they are a normal part of the process. So when you get immediate dentures, your gums are going to shrink very rapidly because you've had your teeth pulled out and you're having those dentures put right in over your gums. When there's holes in them, there's blood clots, and those tissues have to heal. They have to close up those wounds, those holes where the teeth used to live. And in the process, the bone is going to remodel and the ridge is going to shrink. So the upper shrinks up, back and up. Okay, so what happens with that is that this part right here starts to feel really big. You kind of start feeling like a Who from Whoville, because as the gum shrinks back away from the denture starts to, stick out from the gums right here. So this part starts to feel like a shelf that's sticking out in your lip and there's a space behind it. So that starts to be really uncomfortable. And in order to remedy that, you need to get a temporary soft reline that is done by your provider, and that goes in and fills in the space where your gums have shrunk back and up. So that's the upper. So on the lower, it is also shrinking back and down. Okay, so then this part starts to feel like it's sticking out in your lip right here. Okay, and these edges start to feel like shelves out here in the cheek because the gums are shrinking, but your cheek's staying the same. This area is staying the same. So it starts to develop a space underneath these. So this area starts to ride really hard against the bottom of the cheek here and the top of the chin. So you start to get the sensation, like you've got a big chew in, like a big dip, because it's pushing the lip out and pushing the cheeks out, in here. So again, the remedy to that is to have a temporary soft reline. What the temporary soft reline does is it goes in there and fills that gap. So it takes the space of where your gums once were when you first got the teeth pulled. So it'll bring it back up and restabilize it on the gums. It'll bring the upper back down and stabilize that on the gums. One thing I really want to stress is that when you're getting those relines, you want to make sure that your teeth are together in the closed position. So I've had several people send me pictures of their teeth and they say, well, they were okay but loose, but they were coming together perfectly before I got my reline, and now my teeth aren't coming together. So when you're getting that reline, this is the biggest opportunity for things to go awry. And the provider needs to really eyeball this, and I have to be very careful and spot this, because the only thing that I cannot control in this entire process is I can't control the patient's mouth movements. When I tell the patient to, bite together, put their teeth together, I am not inside their head. I have to eyeball it and make sure that those teeth are coming together perfectly. Because, especially when the patient hasn't had teeth for a long time, and especially when the denture's loose, it's hard for them to find that closed position. So I tell them, don't move the jaw around from side to side or forward to back. You want to just close the mouth like it was a hinge. Okay, so when you get that reline done, and this goes for when you're using any of those thermoplastic products or adhesives or what have you, you want to make sure that you're in that closed position like this. Okay, it's really, really, really important, especially when you are getting a permanent reline, the hard reline. You cannot take a hard reline out, and it's really difficult to impossible to take a soft reline out if it's been in there for any amount of time, because it hardens up and it almost kind of fuses to the denture acrylic. So it's really, really, really important that you're in the right position when you get that reline. Like this. See how all of these teeth are lined up like gears? You really want to make sure that that is perfect, because if it isn't, you can lock those dentures into a position that is no longer going to work for you. You will not be able to chew because your teeth are not coming together right anymore. So I just wanted to put that out there because I'm getting a lot of questions about this lately. It's very, very important. You know, dentures are, when you get immediate dentures, it is not a one and done process. You need to, you know, you get your immediate dentures, you shrink up, your gums recede, and you need those soft relines. You oftentimes need several adjustments to take off those areas that are starting to really rub. The gums are changing and the dentures are not. So the dentures need to be changed so that they will match your gums as they change. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Also, I don't know what the future of this platform is, so please go and follow me on the other YT platform. I am also the denture expert over there. Okay, have a great day. Bye-bye.